Well, hello everyone, hope you're doing great. My name is Maz and today I bring you the mean mana status Umbreon. This video is going to be your guide to understanding how Umbreon works in Pokemon Unite, where I'll be explaining his in-game mechanics, moves and abilities. And based on that, I'll also talk about some potential builds, so without any further ado, let's dig in. Alright, so first let's talk about Umbreon statistically. He has high defense and special defense and a decent attack for a defender. He has 0% critical hit rate, but his basic attacks can critically strike if you're running a scope lens. And upon that, he has 0% lifesteal. Now let's talk about the ability of EV/Umbreon. So when you run EV, you are immune to hindrances and this ability has a cooldown for 40 seconds. And after you evolve into Umbreon, the same happens, you're immune to hindrances and this has a 40-second cooldown. Plus, you become unstoppable for 1.2 seconds and your defense and special defense increase for 3 seconds by 30%. So when this ability is triggered, you basically become unstoppable for 1.2 seconds and you become an absolute tank for 3 seconds with the 30% increase in defense and special defense. So now let's talk about the attacks. So Umbreon is basically a melee attacker. It is the first evolution introduced in Pokemon Unite that is based on attack and not special attack, and it is also a melee attacker. So your auto attacks are close range basic attacks, which becomes a boosted attack after every third attack. Your boosted auto attacks also heal your HP, and the lower the HP you have, the more HP restoration you get. So when you're like almost dying and you're hitting with your basic attacks, you're basically healing more. So this is a really clutch hidden feature of Umbreon. Now let's talk about the moves. The first move you get is Swift. Swift is a signature EV move that we've seen all the EVs possess, but Umbreon probably has the best Swift move we've seen so far. It shoots 4 stars and they're all guaranteed hits. So if you've locked your Swift onto a target, all the 4 stars are gonna hit. And when you hit a target with Swift, you mark them with a big star for 4 seconds. When you're near that marked Pokemon, you get a 15% move speed increase. And your basic attacks become boosted attacks if you're near that marked Pokemon. So that's it for Swift. Now let's see the other move, which is Fake Tears. It grants you a shield based on 12% of your max HP for 4 seconds. It also does damage and decreases defense and special defense of the opponent by 2 seconds by 20%. So it's a great utility move for early game. At level 4, you get your first move choice between Mean Look and Foul Play. Let's talk about Mean Look. When you strike an opponent with Mean Look, it slows them down by 30% for 2 seconds. And after 0.5 seconds, they are stuck in a black circle or a black zone for 3 seconds. They cannot leave that black zone even if they're using a eject button or any sort of escape move. They're just stuck in that. And if Umbreon is in that black zone, his basic attacks become boosted basic attacks. So for 3 seconds, you're constantly hitting your opponent with boosted basic attacks. It means you're restoring your HP with every hit on the opponent. It sets up kind of situation where you want to run a Drain Crown even though it's not recommended on melee attackers. But since you're hitting all of your basic attacks without any failure within that black zone, I think it could be really beneficial for Umbreon. The upgraded Mean Look increases the duration of the black zone to 3.5 seconds. At level 6, you get your second move choice between Wish and Snarl. Let's talk about Wish because I think it suits better with the Mean Look build. So Wish is basically a healing move which you can either use on yourself or your ally. Whether you use Wish on yourself or your ally, the Wish holder will get 15% of damage reduction for 2 seconds. And after those 2 seconds, your HP is healed. If you cast Wish on your ally Pokemon and it died before the wish comes true, the wish will transfer to a nearby ally. The upgraded Wish increases damage reduction to 25% and does more HP recovery. Now let's talk about the other 2 move choices, which are Foul Play and Snarl. Foul Play is a dash move. When you dash through an opponent, it slows them down by 25% for 2 seconds. And the interesting thing about Foul Play is that when you first dash through your opponent, you get another dash, and the damage of the second dash is based on the attack of the highest attacker among the 2 fighters. So this move is very effective against attackers with high attack. For example, your Umbreon and your attack is around 300, let's say, and you're facing off a Cinderace whose attack is around 600 after stacking. So when you strike the Cinderace with your first dash, so the second dash is going to do damage based on that 600 attack stat of Cinderace and not your 300 attack. So with this move you would actually want to go up against highly stacked up attackers. The second dash will also slows down the enemy by 25% for 2 seconds, and it will also shove them for 1 second. And after the upgrade, your next basic attack becomes a boosted attack. So as you can see here, after the upgrade, you dash, get a boosted attack, you dash again and get a boosted attack again. So this is a really great move. And your second choice from your move number 2 is Snarl. When you're casting Snarl, you become immune to hindrances for 1.5 seconds. It also deals damage, decreases the attack and special attack of the opponent by 8% for 1.5 seconds, and also lowers the speed by 15% for 2 seconds. It also grants you a shield for 2 seconds versus 15% of your max HP. The final shout stuns the opponent for 1 second and further decreases the attack and special attack by 20% for 3 seconds, and that can stack up to 6 times. The upgrade to this move increases the stun of the final shout to 1.5 seconds. Let's see here for an instance. First I'm gonna get hit, and here my ability is triggered. And now I'm going to get hit again. See, I am casting Snarl and there I didn't get stunned. I'm gonna try that again and Snarl, and that's it. This is really crazy. I mean, you can hold on to Snarl for a second against opponents like Ninetales when it's casting Avalanche on you. I mean, you know the Ninetales is going to hit you with an Avalanche. So you wait for it to do so, and when it does, you use Snarl and you become immune to the stun and basically destroy Ninetales. And finally, you have the Unite move, the Moonlight Prawns. When Umbreon is using its Unite move, it jumps up like all the evolution, it steals enemy shields, and after it lands it does damage. It stuns the opponents in the area of effect for 1 second, slows them down for 5 seconds by 30%, absorbs 50% of shields granted to the enemy, you get 30% move speed increase, 10% HP shield, and after Umbreon's Unite move is unlocked at level 8, it continuously recovers 1% of its max HP every second. So this Pokemon is basically an HP restoration monster. There are a lot of combos you can do with Umbreon, and you can actually use any move combination. It is not mandatory to use Wish with Moonlight. You can go with Snarl too, and same goes with the other move. You can use Wish with Foul Play or Snarl with Foul Play. It all just comes down to personal preference and what you enjoy with this Pokemon. This was my first video on this channel as a Pokemon Unite content creator, so your support and love would mean a lot to me. So please like this video and subscribe for more amazing Pokemon Unite content like this. I'll be back tomorrow or maybe a day later with the best builds for Umbreon, so stay tuned for those.